The family of the suspect accused of throwing Molotov cocktails at people in Boulder is now in federal custody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
I'm Sam Shocker. As the suspect sits in a Boulder jail, the Trump administration announced his family will be investigated. 9 News Investigates reporter Jeremy Hohola shares what we know about the family's current status and what's next for the suspect. Jeremy?
Yeah, we know the suspect, Mohammed Solomon, was from Egypt and came here to the United States 3 years ago and has been living in the country with an expired visa. He has 5 children, including a daughter who recently graduated from high school, according to court records. This afternoon, news broke about the family of Mohammed Solomon being detained by the Department of Homeland Security, specifically ICE. The family lived in this home in Colorado Springs that has been the target of search warrants in the wake of Sunday's attack in Boulder. According to the suspect's statements and court documents, he told investigators his family was unaware of his planned attack. That attack on the Pearl Street Mall hurt 12 people. He is currently facing a federal hate crime charge and charges for attempted murder. This afternoon, Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem posted online saying the suspect's entire family will be investigated for any knowledge of the attack. But this seems to be a quick investigation here because the White House posted on Twitter this afternoon that the family could be deported as soon as tonight. Mohammed Solomon applied for asylum about a month after entering the United States in August of 2022. He continued to live here with an expired visa. It's unknown what the immigration status is of his family members, but they are now in ICE custody somewhere. Back to you, Kim.
So if they're deported, are they any help in an investigation, Jeremy?
Well, you would assume if there is this window within 72 hours that investigators already talk to them and clear them if they're going to be deported. That indicates that they are not necessary to the investigation, but we'll see what happens if they are going to be deported tonight.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jeremy.
She didn't die from an illness. She didn't die because of an accident. She didn't die because she in any way provoked the defendant. She was just a random target of the defendant's cruelty.
Powerful and emotional morning in court as the man who threw the rock that killed Alexa Bartell faced his legal reckoning. Joe Koenig will spend the rest of his life in prison.
And that sentence was automatic after a jury convicted him of first-degree murder in Bartell's death back in April 2023. Kevin Bond from 9 News Investigates was in court today and joins us from the newsroom. Kevin, a lot went on today. I can't even imagine the emotions that you must have seen with the family members speaking. I know Joe Koenig spoke as well. How can you sum it up for us?
Well, Sam and Kim, there was anger and bitterness, as you can imagine, and there was also an apology from Koenig himself. But there was something equally powerful, and those were heartfelt words about the person Alexa Bartell was.
On the video, there's laughter. Lots of laughter.
That Alexa chose to believe in the goodness of others.
Today, Judge Christopher Zenizek saw that glimpse of Alexa Bartell's life.
Here today with a heavy heart.
I'm Alexa's cousin.
I was Alexa Bartell's girlfriend.
My name is Greg Bartell. I'm Alexa's dad.
And he heard stories about the young woman taken in a senseless act of violence. Stories like the day Alexa, then 15, came upon the aftermath of a car crash.
She said, "I really hope they're okay." And she immediately bowed her head and prayed for complete strangers. That was Alexa.
Stories of the effect she had on others.
How many people have the rare gift of making everyone around them feel more beautiful, more valued, and more seen?
And even stories on how she might have reacted to the 3 young men who encountered her along Indiana Street and ended her life.
It's been well documented that Alexa was an amazing person. Ironically, she would have been the first to forgive these 3 men for their crime.
Finally, the judge heard from Joe Koenig, who apologized directly to Alexa's family.
I know that I deserve the punishment I will get today, and I hope so sincerely that it'll take at least some small bit of the pain away that I've caused. Thank you, Your Honor.
And then the judge told his own story.
The world needed more people like Alexa Bartell, not fewer. The bottom line is that Mr. Koenig will be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, plus 60 years consecutive to one another.
When Alexa Bartell turned 18, she insisted on getting a tattoo on her arm, hoping to provoke conversation. It was a Bible verse from Luke verses 27 and 28. Love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Chilling.
I can't believe that. That's really, to wrap this story up on the way legally it wraps up, but certainly not for her family. That's pretty profound, Kevin. And that laughter, to hear her laughing, I can't imagine how much they missed that.
I know.
Yeah, her mom said after court today that's sort of they enter a new phase now where they take their attention off of the court proceedings and focus solely on living the rest of their lives without her.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Heavy rain overnight. Oh, it just rained and rained and rained, and several bike and walking underpasses in Boulder are closed as a result. There are 3 closures: Skunk Creek under Colorado, South Boulder Creek under Arapahoe Avenue, and Creek under Foothills and Arapahoe. An annual Barker Reservoir spill has just begun. That means the water flow will start to increase in Boulder Creek as water spills into the creek. The city says to take extra precaution recreating around that area. Lots of water.
A live lookout at the airport right now. Now, there is a ground delay at DIA until 9 o'clock tonight because of runway construction. FlightAware is reporting more than 450 flight delays out of the airport today. Well, let's check in with Kathy Sabin, Chief Meteorologist. Kathy, when is this rain going to end?
Well, we have a chance for rain, Sam, and thunderstorms almost every afternoon. It is that time of the year. June is the peak for that sort of thing. But the storm that brought the torrential rain that Kim mentioned, that is already gone. So we're left with the cloud cover, the fog, airport and travel delays. Half-inch of rain here at the 9 News studios, about 1.5 inches in Parker, Kiowa, Elizabeth. Half-inch to 1 inch. Many of the northern Front Range suburbs still dealing with some street flooding today. And outside, we're trying to get that sun to come out and break apart these clouds, but not enough to warm us to 60 degrees. We're very close at 57. Did see some 60s in southern Colorado, but the average high this time of year is 79. Showers are tracking over southwestern Colorado, north and west of Denver, up to Fort Collins and Longmont. Still waiting to see if we get a few sprinkles in Denver. It's not looking likely. I think thunderstorms will have a better chance at producing some rain tomorrow. Severe weather threats well east of us, but grab a jacket if you're headed out. Temperatures aren't going to move a lot. Cloudy skies and the chance for a few sprinkles here and there. Coming up, we're going to check the radar again. Thunderstorms are back in the forecast tomorrow. We'll talk about that, but y'all are going to love the weekend forecast, I promise you. So your extended forecast is just ahead.
Ready for the weekend. Thanks, Kathy. Denver's Outside Festival was a sellout event over the weekend, bringing in 30,000 people, according to our partners at the Denver Business Journal. The festival expanded by 40% this year, using additional downtown spaces. The festival CEO told our partners that the event couldn't have been even bigger, or it could have rather, but they had a permit limit of 30,000. So next year, organizers will continue building off the momentum, looking to bring in bigger music artists and new experimental things such as fly fishing or a bike park experience. Why not? Well, Denver's women's...
Now, wait a minute. How do you fly fish in the middle of downtown Denver?
They have ways, Kim, okay? They'll figure it out. Maybe
I just was like, I have questions. All right, go ahead. All
right, well, Denver's women's soccer team is growing their investment team.
Play will start next year, but today we learned another huge Denver favorite is supporting the team.
Yo, what's up, Pape? Remember you were telling me the reason you like the NWSL is because you didn't have to compete with me? Yeah. Why? Well, you kids.
Good old brothers rivalry there. How about that? The sheriff joining the ownership group for Denver's National Women's Soccer League team. Of course, he's got some well-known company. Wow. Michaela Schifrin. How about that in the ownership group? One thing still missing, we still don't know the name of the team. 9 News sports anchor Scotty Gain joins us now. And how about that? He's he puts his hands in things when he wants to, and they tend to be very successful.
Well, we all know that Peyton Manning has more than enough time on his hands, right? He doesn't have anything going on, so
No.
he can be doing
No,
things
he
like
doesn't
this.
do anything. I've never even seen him on TV.
No,
and nothing during
I think he
games.
just puts his feet up and eats bonbons
Yeah,
all day.
that's
So
all
it's
he
nice
does.
that he's at least getting something to
I'm
do,
glad
to take
he's
care of.
finally getting off the couch.
Right? This is pretty cool, though, right? For that NWSL team, the no names. I've got about 40 names.
Yeah, I know you have some good ones.
Yeah, but nobody's listening so
Oh,
far.
you submitted some names?
To the people of 9 News, absolutely, yes.
He has some
But
really
it's
good
cool
ones.
because, you think of the Broncos, that ownership group. I mean, even a guy like a Lewis Hamilton makes it pretty popular. You think of other NWSL teams that have some of the pro athletes in those towns, like Manny Machado in San Diego, the Padres, he's part of that. So bringing in Peyton Manning, there's nobody bigger than that, I think, in sports in the country. Peyton is huge. And so at the very least, it's massive for marketing and for brand recognition.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning's a part of that team. Not to mention that you said Michaela Schifrin. It's two of the biggest athletes
So cool.
in their sports that are now a part of this upstart NWSL
So they
team in
may
Denver.
need to go with a really big name, like
Yeah.
a big Colorado. I don't.
Toss out one of your names.
Well, I've got so many of them. I can't. It's now with Peyton on. I mean, boy, I don't know. There's something cool. No, I can't do it on the
Marinate
spot.
on it.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
think about it.
Yeah.
Let me
You're
think
gonna give
about
us
it.
a little
I liked the Colorado color. Colorful Colorado. I thought that would be a nice name.
Cute.
Yeah.
You can play with something. The Black Diamonds is kind of cool with a skiing vibe. That's
Ooh, I
this is
like
a
the
conversation for
Black
another
Diamonds.
day. Yes.
Black Diamonds is good too. Okay, all right, Scotty, go back to
Change.
work.
Yeah. Do
Go
you want
back-
to hear 38 more?
Oh,
No,
go-
we don't
oh.
have time.
They're on this paper
Our
right here.
poor Brittany, our producer's like, rap.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. Oh. Okay, let's wrap.
Thanks, Scotty.